about no good deed goes unpunished. Talk about fanaticism. Talk about the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I think that would be the theme of the show. Also, we'll talk about the weather, because this morning I got woke up twice. I had earplugs in, right? I had little earplugs in, and the thunder was so loud it woke me up in the middle of the evening. Like normally it wouldn't wake me up even if I didn't have earplugs in. But I was trying to get like super sound sleep. And no, it was the loudest thing I've ever heard. And then the lightning was so bright, it woke me up a second time. And I have like blackout curtains, so yeah. And so the negative ions, I think that's what woke me up mainly, because I could just the freshness, the energy. There was like an electrical discharge that happens. Yeah, we'll talk about these new agers and these green people. Man, it, I want to kind of harp on that idea that the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Chocolate milk, chalky milk. If you haven't had chocolate milk recently, I highly suggest it. I don't know if it's because I'm I'm time traveling, like I'm in some Men in Black, Will Smith. Need some chocolate milk. But you realize there's a connection to any movie that they have milk in. You have to look that up sometime. I've done a couple videos on it, but Jay Dreamers does a pretty long one on milk. And milk is connected to Moloch and MLK and milk, MLK. Anyways, chocolate milk, so good. And it's kind of like I didn't use a chocolate syrup or a chocolate liqueur. I used chocolate from like the Hershey's, so it kind of gives it. You know how when you stir quick chocolate, it gets kind of gritty. It's slightly got a little bit of grit in there, but I like that. It's like a interesting mouthfeel. So yeah, good morning. What y'all doing? And yes, I will be. I changed my shirt, so I'll probably be rocking these things for a couple more days, because the weather outside has been just terrible. Raining all day. It rained all day yesterday, the day before. So I got my little washer tool here. Get rid of these little knots in here. You ever use a washer tool? You really only need like a lid for a jar. You do the same thing, but this is a lot better because it's either made out of I think buffalo horn, or this one might. I don't know which one this is made from. Yeah, this is. And then I have some that are made from ceramic. Basically, you do this. You don't just do it on your face. You do it. Scrape your skin. I haven't done this in a while. I forgot. I forgot where I put these. I cleaned up my house yesterday and found all my cool little tools and things, which I'm going to show you guys very soon. All the cool massage and acupuncture and everything else. What's up, Arcane? What's up, musicians? Yeah, so a friend of mine posted that. Good intentions, but I hate it. I hate everything about that. That's the new age carrot on a stick. The word consequences doesn't mean something bad. It means the conclusion of something. But the implication of that is a lot deeper than most people would get. They go, you have to take responsibility and have, for your, and then consequences for that. And then you can heal, and then you can have unity. See, it's the same religious nonsense that Big Brother is going to make you do something. You have to do something good. So many people have talked about this. Do good just to do good so you can smile. Like, that's the cheapest, phoniest Yeah, I'll get into that in a second. Yeah. See, these people have it's good intention. I understand the intention of that, whoever wrote that. But clearly they still have the same mindset of you need to do this. There's you got to work hard. You got to do this to get this. Here's a carrot. Here's your reward. They've shown a billion times. Go take even 100-level psychology courses. You know, offering a child a reward for something. Punishment and reward doesn't work. It's not healthy. It's psychologically manipulative. And so is that statement. So take responsibility. Everybody's taking responsibility for everything. Like, everybody's responsible. Of course you are. Of course there's people that believe like, I'm innocent of everything. I've never done anything. Yeah, everybody's responsible for everything they do. But consequences, in the implication here is that this consequences are something bad. No, consequences of doing anything, it's called karma. It's an immediate karmic action. Karma doesn't exist lifetimes from now. And neither do because we don't know enough about how time works. And consequences in this statement implies bad. And then to get unity and healing, so I have to go do that to be healed. What a bullshit thing. That's like you got to go to church, right, on every Sunday and ask God for forgiveness, and then whip yourself in the back. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense. That's not how the world works. That's not how it's ever going to work. It's not gonna. It's the carrot in front of the stick. It's impoverishing people from free will to make people want to do something good, because I've still not figured out what this good thing is or this bad thing. I mean, certainly punching a puppy down a flight of stairs, probably not in the good category, but there's plenty of middle ground, gray, different color area than stark black and white. I just don't like the idea of more of just this new age nonsense, that everything is love and light and peace. Like, if you want your tree to grow big, it has to have deep-seated roots in the darkness. There's no, you don't. The whole responsibility thing is just more dog shit, as far as I'm concerned. It's no different than religion. It is another religion. Say New Age. I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. No, you're not spiritual. You just think everything needs to be kittens and rainbows and shit. Fuck your rainbows. Fuck your kittens. Although, if I were to find a rainbow and walk the end of it and there's a bunch of kittens there, I'd be pretty happy. But I'd upgrade those kittens to sloths or alpacas. What's up, peace, love? Well, yeah, I mean, musicians, that's what they're trying to say. But I'm also saying time doesn't work that way. And again, it is rooted in the do good or else. And if you want the cake, finish your broccoli. If you read it again, because they do make it very clear that there's two, you have to do this and this to get this and this. You have to do this and this to get this and this. See, it's a causal. See, maybe I'm being a little too anal retentive on using syntax and being semantical about this, although I'm not, because there's deeper meaning to it, and it's still, the whole implication is that you have to do these things to get that thing, and it's just not true. That's not how magic works. That's not how life works. Case in point, why are the richest people on the planet, as far as we can tell, giant piles of dog shit? Now, are they to everyone? No. Do they think they're doing something good? I think so. This is what people don't get. This is that people that are doctors, people that are teachers. Bill Gates probably thinks he's a good person. Do you think he's sitting there really sucking blood off of dying, doing all this? Like, maybe. But even if he was, in his mind, he's probably doing something good and helpful. But what he's doing with everything else, there's not too many people that have like, I'm going to go out today and be evil as possible. I don't think that really exists. Most people in their minds, they're legends, they're good, they're healthy, they're helpful. That's the thing. And these, you don't think religion thinks that? Priests think they're good. Up until a point, you get into other parts of the priestcraft and everything. You think politicians go into being politicians knowing that everyone's going to find them to be a giant pile of dog shit? No, I don't think so. I know people that have gotten into lower level politics that were like good meaning people. Where does it start? It starts with, you know, the NIMBY people. NIMBY, not in my backyard. The people that they have like the. We're trying to be part of the neighborhood committee, and then all of a sudden they're working at the school doing, doing the. We're making sure our children are, like it starts there and it goes into this. Who cares what anybody else wants? We're doing it my way, kind of thing, and they become narcissistic, egoistic, pricks. But but the thing is, and I always like to loop back to this because people hear me wrong, because I don't caveat everything I say with this. I don't precurse everything I say with this. Most people, 99% of people, think they're doing a good thing. They think they're doing something helpful. I used to think that I was doing helpful things. Now I just don't see it. I can't. It doesn't matter. I mean, I probably do helpful things. I said do, and I probably do things that are stupid. But it just I can't sit there and analyze it too much because I'm not in control of that. Time waits for no man, because time doesn't go anywhere. It's always right there. There it is. There's time. Chocolate milk, yo. I think these negative ions this morning from this thunder and lightning storm. I woke up and my eyes were like wide awake. It was like I woke up and I just did a bunch of like really fine china. Like I did like a bunch of blow. Except I don't do that, so. Like I woke up and it was just like, and the lightning, and then all of a sudden my window's open, so I got this breath of negative ions, and I was like, whoa, wide awake. Now I would go outside, but it's still kind of sprinkling and it's moist. It's wet outside. So I'm kind of just sitting here drinking chocolate milk. Maybe a glass of wine will settle me down. Okay, let me get back here what we're talking about. Kane's up in here, musicians, what's up? Yeah, musicians, yeah, I hear you, and I think we've covered okay, so, yeah, they want to jump to, yeah, that's what I'm saying, is there is no, one doesn't imply the other, is my point. Yeah. What's up, Divine? Do-gooders, yeah. Yeah, exactly. There you go, musicians. That's right. No good deed goes unpunished. And most of the time they're really they mean well. They mean well, but they're so. It's kind of like helicopter moms. Of course they want to protect their children. Of course you do. Of course. But they don't see the far-reaching ramifications of psychological trauma. Like if they're always putting all of the pads on their children so they don't get hurt, and then the kid at school that's wearing like a helmet and elbow pads to go to school, you know what I mean? Like all of a sudden your kid's retarded, like literally retarded. You're retarding the development of a child. And so like all of that, the thing like there has to be a healthy, protection boundary, and also allowance for a kid's gonna explore, you don't get through life without some bumps and bruises. I never thought for a second that I'd go through any part of my life without like you're supposed to after you're like 25 you're not supposed to be doing, you're not supposed to be getting scrapes, you're not supposed to be falling over, you're supposed to be walking up straight and normal, and like no, that's not how that works. Like every day is a different type of experience. You should be mentally, emotionally, like you're gonna be scarred up and bruised up, and you figure things out. You figure out how to heal things and fix things. See, that's why I don't like that statement either. Like, You know, whether or not I take accountability for things that have injuries that I have, right? Like little things, scrapes. Yeah, I've learned how to heal them. So it didn't take anything for the first. I can say for myself, I do things that are stupid all the time, and to learn how to heal it, how to fix it. So that's why I know so many things about herbs and other things, because I'm like, oh, okay. So now I know that. So if somebody else asks me, I'm like, okay, here's how to fix that, or here's how not to have that happen. You have a hangover from what, man? What did you drink? Was it a drink he had over? A head over hangover? What's up, Neil? A bagel. I'm glad I can help people with their blood pressure. Funny enough, my blood pressure is I think it's pretty good today, but my energy mentally is up here. If you can't tell, I'd normally at this hour be very mundane, but it could be the beats in the background. I got some lo-fi on. I don't know if you can hear the tunes, but if you were listening earlier, like the amount of electricity in the air from this crazy storm that just occurred, it was literally the loudest, brightest thing I've ever seen in my life. I just sat there after I woke up at like, I don't know, 6:30. I just opened up the windows completely and just stared out, drank some chocolate milk, and just stared at the storm, thunder and lightning. I'm surprised. Like usually when something like that happens, when lightning happens that much, I wouldn't be surprised if some of the cities without power. Peace, love. The concept of helping others is total false. Yes, it is. Why do people help other people? Because it makes them feel better. No one helps someone. Let's try this. If you were to help someone and it made you feel bad by doing it, and you still did it, it's not because you think that feeling bad is a good thing. It's always self-reflective. I know people that have done things. Oh, I'll help you with this, and that way they can feel inside like, I've done good work, and I don't feel good about it, but I did that, and that's what it takes. You got to get through the day, and that's what's important. So it's for them. It's for themselves. And somebody else goes, oh, let me help you with that. Let me help you get that thing. I've done a good deed today. I think Patrice O'Neill did the joke perfectly. He goes, when I get onto a plane, I see an old lady trying to get a bag. He goes, let me get that bag up there for you. Let me help you with that. And the lady says, oh, thank you so much. So he takes the bag, puts it up there, and he goes, sits down, and he's like, oh Lord, he's like, I don't believe in God. I'm not a praying man. But as soon as that plane gets off the ground, I'm just like, hey, you see what I did for that old lady? I put her bag up there. You can keep this plane up, right? You're gonna keep this plane in there. And he's like, so when the plane hits the ground, this lady looks at me and is like, you can help me get my bag down? And he's like, no, I'm not going to help you get your bag down. I kept the plane in the air. Get your own damn bag down. He's like, I did my responsibility. I got the bag up there. And I think most people have this. The reason they do things, they're 99.9% of things are selfish, even if they look like you're doing it for someone else. I mean, think about people that are philanthropists or people that do things for tax deductions. They want to look good giving money to some charity, but it gives them a tax and it makes them look good and makes them money in the end. They're not doing it because they care about that charity. I mean, some people actually might. Like, shit, I mean, sure, you could really care about that, but hey, if I can care about that, get something in return too, why the hell not? Why wouldn't I do that? 140.80, that's high, right? 120 over 40 works out every day. Well, let's start with this, because a friend of mine had high. Some of that could be stress levels. Maybe not like a physical body thing, but putting stress hormones into the body can increase blood pressure. There's a couple ways you get as I have this here, gua sha tools. Get a gua sha tool and look up how to use them. It's pretty simple. And what you're doing is you're getting the lymph system moving. So there could be clogs in the lymph system that are backing up things in the blood and making the pressure more in the system. Sauna would help. But primarily we have to understand that everyone's blood pressure, just like everybody's weight and BMI, and everybody's made slightly different. So what's healthy is not necessarily what's normal. You can't just normalize 5'2" is supposed to be 120 pounds. I've seen a chick that's 5'2" that weighs 160 pounds that is exactly the way she's supposed to look. Black girl, bigger bones. Like, I don't know if they are bigger bones, but it looks correct and it's fitting for her person. If she was to be 5'2", 110 pounds, she would look emaciated and disgusting and filthy and unhealthy. If I seen a Chinese girl that was 160 pounds at 5'1", I'd be like, she would be chubby, fat, and rolls and everything. It wouldn't fit right. So in the same way, bodies are amorphous globules of just different. And inside the body, pressures and chemical balances are going to be different in different people. Oh, nice. It's raining a lot right now. You can hear it. I'm walking in the rain, huh? So, I could tell you some things to do to adjust the blood pressure. Some of it might be regulated on, some of it's going to be dietary related. Depends on like what kind of. Blood cleansers would be helpful. You could, blood pressure could be high because you have a lot. Maybe he's got a lot of starches in his diet. Maybe a lot of, I don't know. I haven't taken my blood pressure in a while. I don't know. He's at 22, college. Think about this, though. Let me just throw this in the mix. I think everyone's blood pressure is probably higher these days because of cortisol, stress levels, just because of what's going on. And plus, I don't know if he's going to school or whatever. School is stressful. This whole nonsense is stressful. Maybe he's not getting laid. I don't know. This is something to think about. Like, you're in college, you should be out there, like, dropping seeds everywhere, And if you're in college and there's a 6 foot distance and no parties and and no social interaction, that's going to increase your blood pressure. So throw all those into the mix. And musicians, I hear you. Like, of course, everyone should be I hear what you mean on accountability. Karma doesn't last as long as you think it does, though. I would highly suggest listen to Alan Watts talk on it. It's an immediate cause and response. Long-term karma is not as it's not as stagnant as people believe it is. It's not as everything is malleable in this realm. Neil, you were a bubble boy? You talking about me? No, I don't think so. Just beers, delicious, delicious beers. Yeah, Divine. I'll be on Divine's side too. And also blood pressure, depending on the time of day and when he ate last, that can change something too. It could be a complete fabrication. Musicians, you like helping people that deserve it. See, that's an interesting one. What about people that need it? What about people that don't deserve it but need it? See, now you've qualified something. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying, I don't know. Like, are you gonna? My curious conundrum is, do you give the crackhead $5 to get crack if he's sitting there suffering? And if you don't give him $5, he's just gonna sit there and suffer. He'll get his $5 and he'll end up getting crack. Or do you just like let him sit there and suffer? I don't I don't know. You don't owe them anything. liking somebody or deserving of something. How do you know when someone deserves something? That's what you're putting your spin on it because you don't know if that person really deserves it. Like the only time you can deal with deserving and reciprocation is if like you just if you just got some really good head, return the favor. That is a perfect karmic reciprocating deserving response. Good job, good job. Pat you on the back, pat me on the back. Have a good day. That's when it is. But other than that, people's I would steer you to listen to let me see, one of my favorite audiobooks ever. And I've read it. Uh, As a Man Thinketh. But what is the name? James Allen? As a Man Thinketh. The audiobook is really great. And there's a point where he says, a man's good deeds, the man that you see there that you think has done all evil in his life, you don't know his whole life, but he has done good deeds. And whether or not he gets something, a nice car, a nice wife, it has no bearing on what your perception is of good or bad deeds. And the person that you think does good every day, they've done bad deeds, and they might be, why is the good guy always poor and the bad guy's always rich? It's because people don't understand their perception leads a lot into that, and you don't know people's sufferings, you don't know people's when they've been on top of the mountain going and hoping, so peace, love. They lowered the normal. Yep, they did that in school systems too, where they lowered the bar, lowered the standards for things. Musicians embrace the new abnormal. This is correct. What's up, Skull? What are you doing? Lemon and vinegar. Lemon and vinegar would probably lower blood pressure if that's what you're asking. Yeah, those will cut through fats. So in blood pressure will be higher. Just think about it. If you clog pipes up, it's going to pressurize things. So starches and fats and things like that will clog up blood. So vinegar would clean that up. Yep. Sweet potatoes would help clean things up a little bit. Lemons, acids will. Yeah, drinking piss probably. Yeah, I definitely. It's going to dissolve a lot of things. It'll help you most because it will calm your mental state down. Which in that alone, you'll resonate on a different vibe, a different frequency. I hate using words like that. It's true, but not as much as because you can't maintain that. I'm in the happy vibe. You'd have to if you wanted to stay in that place, you'd have to stay adding certain chemicals to your body, or you'd have to be in a perfect meditation, and you'd have to be aware of every single breath, every little step you take, every little breath you take. You'd have to be very, very aware of it to maintain your mind in that place. But we live in this world. There's lots of things going on. It's hard to stay in that exact same place. Yeah, karma is real. Karma means arc mother. It means matter. It means it's the material or the illusion, the mats, mater. So it's the physicality of something. An arc is from one place to another. So it gives you it's a delivery system. But and karma does exist, but not to the extent that people like you to believe. Like instant karma is instant karma. Like it, beyond that, as things start to, like if I hit the cue ball into that ball into that ball, like I could figure that out. But there's a lot of things that come in between there and make that not happen. You could hit the cue ball into this and bounce that off of that, and then somebody could bump into the table. See, nobody think. See, that's not part of what's supposed to happen, but it does happen. There's all sorts of things that can occur, which kind of gets into like, you wouldn't call it spooky action, but it's like just things that you would just unexpectables. Well, musicians, there you go. Yeah, that's exactly that's for you to decide. You are the decider. Skull and Bones 5 ain't enough for crack. I don't know what does crack go for these days. I mean, what's crack on the stock market? Huh? How do you buy that? How do you buy stock market crack? See the CRK, stock market CRK crack. I don't know. Hey, differentiate between enabling and helping. Yeah, teach a man to fish. Yeah. Well, it depends on what you think enabling is. I mean, again, this is just furthering a question. I do you, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes you think you're helping and you're actually enabling. Sometimes I've helped people that I know that it was part of something they were. So if enabling is usually an addiction, and an addiction is usually something negative. But if somebody has a positive addiction, is that helping? There's a lot of ways to spin it. I just like to play with the ideas. Enabling would be to make crackhead money. But what if that crackhead is a great musician and they just smoke crack by themselves and then they enjoy their time and then they come out and play music? Or what if they smoke crack and then play beautiful music? Is that bad? You want to film my daily life? Just cut out the restroom scenes. I don't go to the bathroom too often because I usually eat at the end of the day, so I'm at home because I like my bidet. I don't like to wipe my ass with bleached toilet paper. And also, I just don't like shitting in public. I mean, I don't really care. I don't mind. I could if I'm having that kind of night. I'm out at a party and we're at a club and it's a filthy bathroom and I gotta shit. I'll shit. I have no qualms. But all in all, I'd rather shit in my bidet. It's comfortable. So I don't really poop that much. Wear a GoPro. Yeah, I don't see the thing that would be interesting about that is I would alter the way that I'd interact with people. Just knowing that I'm doing that, it would adjust the way what I would do. It would have to be, see, if I'm doing it where I know that I'm doing it, but they don't know, like if it was like like if I was wearing glasses and I had a camera on it and they don't really notice, then their reaction will be different. If I'm wearing a GoPro, their response to me. So the whole thing is then you've eliminated the actual interaction. You've eliminated the natural response. People act different. Some people don't. Some people just don't give a shit, like if they're on camera or not. But most people, they'll act different. I mean, my general response, my walking up to somebody, be like, oh, you guys want to watch me do some dumb shit? Not dumb, but like how to interact with somebody would be different. I would yeah, it would be different. Not a lot, because I still, you could ask most people I know, like I still interact with people in a funny way or a goofy way or whatever. But I'd probably overthink it sometimes, or over what do you call it, like, yuck it up for the camera. What's up, Yada Kazoo? Yada Coos. Yeah, you know what's funny? Musicians, I just got a bunch of new pair of sunglasses, and I got a couple really chunky, thick ones that I could definitely put one on. That'd be pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that piece. It's. I think enough people know that it's complete what it is, like how it's not. It's not even through like it's not even through the initial phases of it, and it's still, enough people know what it is and aren't interested. Yeah, there was a bar. There's a bar the other day. There's like, hey, come and get a shot and a shot, a shot and a shot. Come to this bar, you go there for free, and there's live music all day, and you get your jabby whackers, get your jabby wabbies, and then you get a free shot, and then some snacks, like some food, like from their kitchen. So if you get this stuck in you, I can have a shot of alcohol, healthy, and I can get this food that you're serving, which is probably, I mean, I know what it is, and it's like salty and it's good, but it's like, so you're gonna give me $15 worth of food and beverage to get this experimental thing in me, huh? Thanks, but and free music all day. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it will be. I'm kind of agreeing with what you're saying. I don't know about the travel either. At least not here. Yeah, I'm with you, Divine. Yeah. You're finishing school today. What do you mean finishing school? What do you mean? It's April. You're done? Like collegiate? Or you mean just like you're teaching? What do you I don't Because April, this is mad early. Or you just mean you're just done with school for the day. Human husbandry. Well, enjoy, Divine, your appointment. A false arm? I don't know, like like it just where I'd have to wear like what an uh yep. I mean, I've only heard of a couple people getting it in either direction, either of the things. So other than that, I haven't heard anybody like even speak of it. But then again, maybe because everybody's wearing a mask and I can't hear them. Okay. It was, okay. And they just ended it early. Cool. What is it? April 15th. Okay. Well, shit. Today is an auspicious day. I don't know why, but it is. Musicians about to go get that dab in. Yeah, I got some new sunglasses. I don't know. I don't know about hooking that thing up. I think I would have to get something because they're really fat and chunky, so it wouldn't be too obvious. It wouldn't be like wearing some aviators or something. But I'd have to get something that would match on the other side, so it wasn't like too absurd that I was doing that. I don't know though. What about my day? What do you think I do that other people don't do? I interact curiously with people sometimes. Sometimes I just head down, walk through, and just get the fuck out of here. But no, I interact with people on a very. It depends. It just depends on where I am and my energy. Oh, you don't drink just juices and water. Well, that's good. Yeah, if you don't and you don't need it, stay away from it. Yeah, it's like anything else. If you don't need weed, if you don't need cocaine, if you don't need hookers. Some people are like, I don't drink alcohol. When's the last time you bought a hooker? Let's not talk about that. I wonder what kind of life that is for someone that grew up in, say, like Vegas or something, where like you just buy vagina. Not that you don't your entire life, you're not paying for it some way or another. Skull bones. If that's in the paper, I mean, obviously it's fakery, but I mean, it's funny to think about. It is quite funny, ain't it? Well, that's the next movie instead of RoboCop. That's they should have just made that movie already. It's kind of like what I'll get back. It was a TV show that had a robot dog. Like Rick and Morty got the robot dog, remember? RoboCop. And if the dog had a Swedish or not, well, where is he from? He's not from Sweden or Germany. Where is he from? Arnold. If they give him that kind of accent, the dog, make him bark with an accent. Austrian, an Austrian dog's barking accent. Austrian, yeah. And you know what'd be funny is if I think just switching his accent to Australian would be pretty funny. I would love to hear Arnold do an accent. Most people, British people can kind of do some accents. American people have a very, because of the way that we talk, we can pick up other accents pretty well. But if you already are like from a Slavic region, the accents are kind of difficult to because there's some key words that it's very very obvious that you're not a native tongue. Yeah, I want to hear because I know people that are that are German and over those Slavic regions, and whenever they try to do accents, they can't. They're just terrible at it. It all comes out sounding like the Germans. Oh, yeah, it's got beats and dying nine. A German doing a Mexican accent, Spanish. Can make a false arm out of a chicken. You really want me to put a false arm on? Yeah, you can do a Japanese accent. I don't know why that would be. Oh man, perfect. I'm starting to relinquish some of this energy from the electrical storm. A free shot's a free shot, but you know, is it worth it? Like, I mean, honestly though, the free shot afterwards will probably keep you from getting too sick from the first shot. Because the alcohol will clean up some of the garbage that they're putting in your body. You'd have to get completely hammered afterwards. And the fact that you can go there and get that done and then just start drinking all day and eating, that doesn't seem right. It would seem like you should let that run it. Like if it's a good thing, you should let it run its course through your system and do what it's supposed to do. Why would you start like just putting all the alcohol in your system if that's so bad? Or why would you put all this fried food in your system? That doesn't seem like a good idea. What do I know though? What do I know? But honestly, yes, get it. Yes, in a bar. This is correct. hmm I think it's out front. I think there's like a table out front or whatever, where there's like, hey, we're from the people that want to help you. We're from the government. We want to help you. Here, come to this shitty bar. It's a really cool bar. It's a really famous bar in New Orleans, and they do it. They're doing it in a couple other ones, but this one's like a buddy of mine was like, yo, you should go over to someone. He didn't tell me that was going on. He just said there's free music all day. He didn't know. He's like, yeah, they got free music all day, and I was like, cool, I'll go check it out. And then I looked it up, and it said it was connected to that. I was like, oh. I don't think you have to get the thing to get in, but I wasn't about to go. Yeah, really. America. They should. I mean, which one's going to make you healthier? As far as I know, if people just stopped eating after they drank, they would be healthier. That's just the way it is. What country are you in? Yeah, cool. What country are you in? Oh, Iceland. Noise. We'll call it Noiceland. Noiceland. Yeah, the thing is where it's really confusing. Like they won't let bars be open. But okay, but then you go there and you get it, and then you still got to put a you can eat and you can drink, but then you got to put the mask back on. I don't. It's so confusing. Noise. What? Reykjavik? Very noisy. Very noisy. The benefit to this whole thing is that it's cheaper to drink at home, but I think people have probably they drink more, but they're saving money. Going out and drinking is expensive. I mean, for me, it's not that expensive because normally I go to places that I know someone, so drinks are a little cheaper, or I walk around with beers. So it's not that, but I think most places where people would go out, a few days a week, whatever, after work for some beers or maybe on the weekend, they ain't doing that no more. They're gonna drink at home, but I think they're probably drinking more days a week, but it's way cheaper. So save money, but get yourself some alcoholism. Here from Pandora. What do you want the bottles once what are you doing with the bottles, man? Is it like to build a house or something? And I'm not kidding, I just don't know what you're doing with them. Or like making artwork like candles. They're really cool if you can make glasses out of them. Do you know how to do that? Where you take a string and oh yeah, you know what you can do? You can make really cool glasses. Get like wine bottles and take a string, tie it around and put a bunch of a lighter fluid on it and then light it on fire and then you pour a cold water on it. I think that's the whole thing. I think that's pretty much what you need to do. I mean, you could get one of the things, a cutter. You know what I'm saying? Look this up. It's really awesome. And then you get a little grinder on it. You could sell those. I mean, I don't know if you're into like arts and shit, but cool. You make cool ass bottle and cool ass glasses out of bottles. All you need is lighter fluid, string, and you could get a glass cutter. At least you could start it with a glass cutter and then do the string. And then you put the cold water, dip it in cold water, and just get some fine grit sandpaper or maybe like a Dremel tool. Good to go. Yeah, cool stuff. You can put a ship into one. I mean, if you know how to go through all of that, making one of those ships, man. The mask burning party, that's what's up, man. What's up, musicians? Ah, recycling them? Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Hold on. It's all up in my face. All up in my face. There we go. Is that right? Oh no, there's my schnauzelberries. Hold on. Well, if you get wax, if you get some beeswax. I mean, beeswax a little more expensive, but just any kind of what you can make candles. I mean, do the same thing. You make a candle holders and shit. Lots of cool arts and crafts you can do with bottles, man. Use it to like pot plants, make plants. I don't know. I don't know what the weather is like. You can at least herbs, like on a windowsill. Ah, yeah, the Swedes are good at that kind of stuff, huh? All you white people up there, yeah. You're always good at that stuff. You guys are a bunch of problem solvers. Yeah, Skull, I've been collecting my piss for the past couple days because I got to do a couple enemas. I got almost a gallon of it, so that'll take care of cleaning me out. Yeah, olive. I mean, I love olives. I mean, they probably take a long time though, huh? Because I know grapes starting from scratch, they take 7 years to grow. But olives, how long do they take? Avocados take 9 months. Yeah, Skull. When we were talking about that, the crystals. Yeah, I still yet to have done that with all of my piss. Hold on, I think something just blew up. Did you guys see that? That was definitely a chance transformer. Did anybody see that bright flash? I think transformer blew. Whoa. Yeah, avocados resemble a woman's womb, and there's a seed in it. It's big on the. It's like a belly, and it's good for reproduction, uh, for women's reproduction, and it also keeps the vagina moist. And so, just like a baby, it takes 9 months to grow from seed to birth. Yeah, you heard it. You didn't see it though. It was mad bright flash of light. I can't really tell because the lights aren't on across the street. Let me see if I can hear anything, because I normally can hear at least a pause. Pause. Hold on. Let me see if anything did blow up. This could be cool. If you guys want to go take a walk, see if any lights are on. Does sound kind of. It does sound kind of fucking. I don't know. You know how you can tell when there's no electricity and it's just a different energy, a different sound. You can't really tell if it's like someone's backup generator's on or something. Anyways, back to the music. Oh, and as always, everybody here knows I'll use this as um, a moment to remind you if you want to. You can always donate to me because this is how I make monies. Cash App, PayPal, all that. It's beneath the description box. TsarXen, TSAR, capital XEN, and obviously I appreciate it. And if anybody wants to send me gifts, you can do that too. Um, so yeah, thanks. Let me get this music on. And if anybody ever does want like one-on-one shit, where if you have like a lot of in-depth questions about health or something that would take longer for me to answer than just on here, happy to do that. If you guys want to know any of like any in-depth stuff on any of my old videos on magic or sigil shit, or if anybody wants some orgonite, I'm gonna be making some orgonite soon, and it's super high tech because people usually make orgonite, they just copy a recipe and they don't really know how it works. Does sound like electricity is off though. Hmm. Chocolate milk, man. Chocolate milk and wine. Breakfast of champions. You should do a 3-camera shoot. What does that mean? Should I have more than one camera right now? What does that mean? I do this from my phone, man. I don't got money like that. My money, like my money goes to pay, like to have a roof over my head, the bills for this camera, for this phone, and food and drink. I rarely buy anything beyond that. Rarely. Used to have monies, but not doing this. Nah, I ain't got money like that. 3 cameras? What do you? I mean, I can't even. How would you do it on here on YouTube? You're saying like a 3-camera setup? Like I would do a lot more if I had a like a I don't know, secretary, somebody manage, kind of take care of my emails and everything else. I would set these up wildly different. And if I had like a little studio space, like I've considered. So the asteroids. Yeah. Like I've considered changing my apartment up because I could get rid of this couch that I'm sitting on and get enough for the couch to get a green screen and turn this into a studio over here. But I don't know. It's a possibility. I like my couch. My couch is too awesome. It really ties the room together, you know what I mean? And also if I turn this into just a studio just to do videos, I would hold myself up in here. I would turn into like I would turn into like a I don't know. Like there's already days where I don't leave the house where I just feel like a scumbag, like I'm just inside all day. Like now I don't feel so bad because it's wet outside and I don't know what I'm gonna do anyways. But like some days I'm just like just don't want to be in public. But like if I did that, I would never leave. I would just be like I would put a computer up here. Like having a laptop is different than having like a full space for it. You know, having a desk, it'd be set up different. It'd be set up perfectly, right? Then I'd get my audio equipment out and start making music again. It's a possibility. Like if I got rid of this couch, the entire space would change. Kind of considering it now that I'm thinking about it. Then I could definitely get my music shit out. Well, anyways, I'm just sitting here talking to myself. So what else? Anybody? What's going on in your life today? What's good in the world? What should we consider? What should I babble on about? In my old videos, you guys, any questions? Any subject matters that I've not touched on that you guys are curious about? And is the music too loud? There we go, that's better. Well, how about this? We're like an hour in here. This will be one of the first times that I get a show done in an hour. Huh. What time? 9:30? 9:30. All right, how about this, everybody? It's 9:30 It's not. It's almost 10. I'm going to. I'm gonna call this a show, and then come back on a little later. I don't know. Maybe I'll read a couple of headlines. Maybe I'll do a little gematria. Maybe there's a few things I'm gonna consider, and then I'll have another show, kind of a neat little package, a little bow on it for you. And maybe I'll answer that when I come back, Neil. But it's good to see everybody. And obviously, if you want to donate to me, help me out, that'd be awesome. Buy me a drink, coffee, or buy me a hooker. Uh, PayPal, Cash App, it's beneath. I appreciate it. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Toodles. Have a good day. Rock on. Do fun things. Inspire the world. And be goofy.